I was just making a video and I made 2 attempts, and our dogs started barking about 2.5 minutes into each one. And the video was a riff about how we aren't our circumstances. And when the dogs started barking, it interrupted the video, and I realized it would be funny if I got mad about that, because that would be my circumstance. And I kind of sat back and I thought maybe that minute wasn't the best minute for me to make the video. Maybe it's this one now, and maybe not. Maybe something will come through again, or lightning will strike the back porch or something. Well, I'll air that if that happens. I'll air it. I'm not CNN. I'll put it up live if it happens. This isn't the right time either. But maybe I should just keep going with it. Maybe I'm supposed to be okay with that the video isn't coming through perfectly, and maybe that fits the narrative of what I was saying before of we are so demanding about how our circumstances need to be. And where our circumstances are okay, we don't even notice it because we are so addicted to finding problems that we can't control in order to stay small as an excuse to do nothing about what we actually are and what we could do for the world. We love to just scroll through Facebook and find a problem. We love to watch CNN. I'm making this video right as Trump starts his presidency, and there is so much news that we could consider horrifying, but it's only horrifying to our circumstances. And our expectation, but it's not horrifying to what we are. Now, I know that I'm saying this from an empowered place, and people can get mad and say, you don't understand, there's different situations. And I totally get, we're all in different circumstances. What I'm saying is even deeper than that. I'm saying that all of us are infinite beings. And all of us are so caught up in figuring out which label to call ourselves that we immediately have something to be against, and we immediately have something to fight, and we have something to fix, that we never actually access what we are. It would be like watching a movie and not getting that you're watching a movie, and constantly trying to fix the things in the movie versus just getting that you're watching a movie. All of us are infinite, and no human being can oppress what we actually are. And I was feeling entangled today. This is why I can say this, because this morning I was totally caught up in whatever next executive order Trump signed, and finding all these things that I could pace around the house and be annoyed about. And later today, I sat with my eyes closed for 2 hours, and I noticed all these things coming up, and me trying to control this person who I perceive as trying to control everybody. And I'm trying to control that. And what I started realizing is there's a part of me that thinks everything should be a certain way. And every one of us has a belief that our way is going to make the world better. And we get caught up in thinking that it's our way and that everyone else is wrong, versus accessing what we are and letting what's trying to come through do its own thing. I closed my eyes for 2 hours, and there was so much that started showing up, along with kind of the falling apart of my trying to change the world and be mad about the world, and instead go to a place where I realize it's not even the world outside that I'm trying to change. I'm in a fight with the world inside. Because it's only inside of me. I'm sitting here closing my eyes and thinking, oh, he signed this thing, and the politicians are doing this, and people are going through this. I'm just thinking it, and then I'm mad about my thinking. And I'm really at war with myself. Now, how am I going to change the world from this place? I'm still boxing myself inside. So as I keep loving myself, what happens is this stuff falls away, and what we don't understand is at first when that falls away, we think that's who we are, so it feels so addictive. It feels so painful because you think who you are is this limitation. And the limitation starts falling away, so you think you're dying because you think you're the small story of the limitation who got very conditional love from your parents when you were a certain way because they thought they were a limitation. And all these thoughts show up, and then you sit there and with enough compassion for yourself, and these thoughts fall away. And then what happens is after it finally falls away and you feel this oneness with yourself, a guidance system comes through and you realize how absolutely free and safe and empowered you are. And if you access that, you give other people permission to access that. There wouldn't be people fighting to repress. There wouldn't be people in a place of being controlled if we just access this. And I believe that it's possible that this is the very first time that we could actually start the process of accessing what we are and not fight what's happening, but bring love to the situation and help free not only the people being oppressed, but the oppressors too. Because I promise you, the people that are oppressing are also in pain. They're in their own fight and think the way that the world has to be. Do you know how enslaved you are if you think the way to be happy is for your circumstances to change? That is so enslaving to think that everything has to be this way. And then what we do is we actually keep finding where it's not that way so we can stay small, stay addicted, stay fighting, and actually be in our addicted limitation. Versus actually sitting for a while, chilling, closing your eyes, being in nature, getting offline, and connecting to yourself, because there's a guidance system under it, and we are such zombies that we don't even know this. We are so zombie-esque, and we're just sitting here all day, all of us, me too, just doing this, and basically handing our power to anybody. The world is just giving us a mirror of how much we've been trying to control ourselves, how much we don't let ourselves be free, how much, if you take away all government crap, all other stuff, how much are we walking around addicted to problems? We're walking down a sidewalk like thinking totally enslaved in ourselves. So in that enslavement, it's very easy for other people to come in and match that. They're also enslaved. So they want to control because they don't feel fulfilled in their own skin. They don't know what they are infinitely, so they don't see what you are infinitely. And all of us are walking around fighting each other because we're fighting ourselves and mirroring that. And so I just took 2 hours and reminded myself, oh my God, it's not even supposed to be linear. Like you're only in your head when you're looking in the future because you think the future is the next step. But it's not linear. It can go up. Future will show up when it wants to, but right now you don't have to look forward in the regular timeline. Look at the exponential thing that could happen as you continue to let go of the insane weight that we're addicted to holding on to of the world outside of us. That is our excuse to not go to the world inside of us. And when you let go of the weight of all of the addictions, of all of the crap. Now, I'm not saying there aren't a ton of things negative going on in the world. What I'm saying is we will never be able to conquer it from outside. You only can shift it from inside. You can only be the change you want to see. And we have Gandhi level powers, Martin Luther King level powers, Mother Teresa powers under here that can shift everything. All of us have that. And very few have ever accessed it. I mean, like 10. And it's available in all of us. And I'm passionate about it because I'm screaming at myself because I know what I'm here to do. And I haven't fully stepped into it either. I've stepped into it a lot, but nowhere near what I could. And I know that. All of the stuff that I've been speaking about, I still today am finding myself walking around thinking Trump and politics and all this crap. And I'm totally enslaved by the outside world versus what I actually am. Versus actually being the freedom. And as Matt Kahn said so beautifully, being the liberator of those oppressed people, not being someone who's putting out energetically, control me, run me, own me, because I'm walking around the streets in my head anyway, so you might as well just grab on. If you move to your heart, fear cannot come after you. Fear is horrified of love. Fear is because you're in denial of yourself, that you're in fear. So when you see someone who's connected to themselves fully, that's scary because that's saying, if I talk to this person, I'm going to have to face a lot of my crap. So people that are in fear run from their own truth. And when you move to a place of love, you access much more of an invincibility that's very, very protective, that shows up from opening your heart and connecting to what you are. But staying addicted and being annoyed about the circumstances that are happening outside of you is the quickest way to close your heart and stay in your addicted, small bullshit story. And we have a choice starting the second. And the first few days suck because you so think you're that limitation. But we could let go of this crap and access something insane. Access something totally freeing. Access something and shift the planet actually for real from a new level of consciousness. As Einstein said, you cannot stop a problem at the same level of consciousness that started it. And that's what we keep trying to do. So we have to go to a new level of consciousness where that problem is obsolete. And then that problem world will want to come up to your love world as you give it permission by forgiving it, loving it fully, just freeing it, because love actually is the only thing that can shift it. So I guess I like this video more than I thought.